Were you in on the Kawhi front at all?
I don't, I really leave that to Elton Brand to talk about and my partner Josh Harris and David Blitzer. What I could tell you is, I think the organization's done a great job putting a really high quality team on the floor, and I think we're really optimistic about this season. Now, obviously, you don't know where you are until June. People walk up to me every day and say, "Hey, Michael, how you feeling about the year?" And I say, "I'll tell you in June, because if you don't have a trophy to show at the end of the year, you haven't done what you set out to do."
Right. Well, and I don't mean to put you in a position where if you said yes, you denigrate who you have on the team. I mean, Kawhi Leonard is
look, Kawhi Leonard's he's an incredible player, and I think if you would have asked 30 teams if they wanted Kawhi Leonard, I think 30 teams would have told you yes.
Sure, I see what you're saying. Okay, so with the Sixers and where this team is right now, how far do you think they can go, Michael?
Look, I think the organization, I think the players, I think people are really optimistic about where we are. I mean, last year, I think for decades we're going to remember the 4 bouncing ball that ended our series against Toronto. But I think we're very optimistic. I think we've got an incredible team that's actually got really good chemistry and is gelling together. And I think, again, I've got tremendous confidence in Elton Brand, who put the team together. And I think, I think we're just getting started. I think we've got a young team and one that can do incredible things together.
Do you completely delegate to Elton? I mean, how much is your...
So the way our organization works, the team, the primary owners are Josh Harris and David Blitzer. I'm the third largest owner. It's really, I always say it's Josh and David's show to run. Elton Brand's the GM, and I think Josh and David really delegate to Elton for everything other than big decisions. In any business, whether it's Fanatics, whether it's the Sixers, whether it's the Reform Alliance, big decisions, keep people involved with those. And that's the way any good organizations run.
So do you go on vacation with Embiid? Is that true?
I've spent a lot of time with Joel. Look, I have a great relationship with Joel. I have a great relationship with Ben. And based on growing up in the sports business my entire life, I've been around, people that make sports. So it's, for me, it's kind of just the way I've grown up.
You got a good story for Embiid?
Joel, you could have a good story. I mean, there's a good story
every day, right?
Per day. Probably my best Joel Embiid vacation story was we were in the Bahamas together for a friend's birthday last Memorial Day, and Joel decided that he wanted to go down a water slide. And, so we got to the top we were at the Atlantis, and we got to the top of the Leap of Faith slide.
Oh, my God.
And Joel decides that he won't go down. So knowing that I was conflicted between being one of the partners of the Philadelphia Sixers, but also Joe's boy, I decided to gravitate to being Joe's boy. So I got everyone upstairs chanting, like, "You can do this, Joel. You can do this, Joel." And literally he gets in and he decides he's going to get out. He gets scared. He's not going to go down the slide. Yeah. So everyone hazes him. He finally gets back in. And he goes down the slide, and then we continue. And he made it. I was very proud of him. It was a big moment. I thought he was. He then proceeded to in the lazy river to start. Somebody, it wasn't me, tipped his raft, and he starts to drown. I'm like, "Joe, stand, Joe, stand!" The water's 2 feet tall, and Joe's literally like hyperventilated in the water. And this really happened. I actually think I put some video on my social media, which of course I took a lot of crap for doing. But watching Joel, and now even I just watching him try to swim is one of the most comical things you could possibly see.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, he doesn't have to stand. He should just kneel if it's just 2 feet of water. He just could get on his knees.
Yes, and I should have screamed kneel, but it just like stand seemed logical, and he was literally like choking on the water.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it was pretty unbelievable.
Wow. Yes. I just love everything about him. I just love his essence. I love his energy, his game. Obviously when he did the flying, he got some grief for it, but everybody gives grief for. I don't think anybody should get grief for pure joy. Pure joy is what we need in sports.
Our guys have fun every day. I'll tell you, Joel has a lot of fun in everything he does every day. Ben has fun in what he does every day, and that's one of the great things. And these are really mature guys that are, both they're great players on the court. They're also, it's fun for me to watch them turn into business people. One of the things that's really interesting for me is how many of the world's best athletes call and want to talk about what they want to do in their business careers and how people are at the best of their game, whether it's on the court or on the field, but they're also thinking about how can they go out and build an incredible, business career for them as well. And I love seeing that.
For more of The Rich Eisen Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV for free on BR Live or download The Rich Eisen Show app.